Hello, everyone. Today's spotlight is the power of action. And I'm Marlene Foster with Empower the Vision. And today's guest, I was reading one of his posts, and he mentioned that stress, stress doesn't come from hard work. He says stress comes from when you don't take action at a time with something that you have control over. And I read that and it really hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks because I've done it before. Today's guest also, just to give you just a brief overview of him, he actually helps startups and he helps business owners to maximize visibility with strong social media presence. And so I'd like to invite Souvik to join me and just to give us more of a brief background about his expertise. Thank you, Souvik, for being here today.
Thank you so much, Marlene. So, my name is Souvik Dutta. I am from India. I am helping startups to uh, gain their visibility in social media through digital marketing, personal branding, and my specializations are also in like website optimization, all of the digital marketing that you can think of. I take immense pleasure in collaborating with the upcoming brands and helping them flourish, witnessing the positive impact of my contributions on businesses, and the founders fills me with satisfaction and gratitude.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I must say, everyone, that I'm talking to Sobek also about actually working with me. Because we're all, I don't care how far you come, we always, every step of the way, he's going to tell you that today, we continue to grow, whether you're a startup, existing business, or you're multi-billionaire. You still need to have someone there by your side to help to keep things marketing, to keep your marketing strong. And today, but I wanted to start off just talking to Sobek about the action, the power rather of action. And in his post, I just like to get more of an idea if he could share with us, you know, what the benefits are from the power of action.
Okay, so in my career, I started as an engineer. So after my engineering, I started a business because I was not getting as much exposure to the field which I studied because I was rejected in most of the in the interviews. So I want to share a story where I'll tell you how the power of action has helped me in my career. So I started my career as a electronics engineer. So I studied for 4 years, and at the last year, COVID hit. So it was a very big problem for all of the students for us because it was our last year, and the placements were coming. So at the last year, I get to know that my branch companies were not coming.
Mhm.
Only the IT sectors were coming. So I had studied my branch subjects for last 3 years, and it was very difficult for me to move into another domain, study that subject, and get the job. So I started learning social media marketing, digital marketing in my last year, and I from YouTube and other sources from internet, and I started posting on LinkedIn. But in the meanwhile, I also started giving interviews to the other companies, and I got rejected from more than like 35 to 40 companies. So, and it was very disheartening for me, and it was also a lot of stress and anxiety because I have invested so much money on my college education, but I was not getting the return as I was not getting job in any company. But what I posted today, that anxiety comes not from like any, even if we work hard, stress doesn't come from that. Stress comes from when you cannot control something. So I had worked hard on my education this last 4 years, but I was not getting the return as it was a bit different. So the only thing which I had in my mind that it is not out in my hand to get that job. What I can do is I have to shift my career to another thing which I like, and I can gain that knowledge and start a business out of that. So instead of giving those interviews, I also started approaching more clients, and in that way it was a very risk from me, but I started it eventually, and I have faith and believe in myself that I can do. So after I reached to a lot of people, I finally got someone who trusted me, and even if for a little amount of money, I started my business. So after I helped him to gain his social media marketing, I started to get more and more clients. So, in this journey, I have learned that if you believe in yourself and you can do anything, it doesn't mean there are many ups and downs in life, but it doesn't mean that if you are having a bad phase of life, it will continue forever. So, what the thing is, you have to believe in yourself and start working on yourself. Do not like take advice from other people, okay, if they are giving any negative reviews about you or telling that you cannot do anything, because I believe that you can do anything you want, even if you believe in yourself and put the hard work. And another advice I would give, that start networking and improve your communication skills a lot, because it will help you in any career, starting from IT or being a teacher or speaker, anything in your life. Start networking, have good communication skills, love people. Okay, I think in business the very important part which I get more clients is not through LinkedIn but through personal relationships. The relationships which I built with my clients, they always refer them to their friends or their business partners. So having a very good relationship with your businesses is a very important part if you want to come into any type of business, say social media or real estate or any type of business. So having good relationships, networking with people, believe in yourself, and also you have to take a quite big amount of risk every time. So that's the thing, that risk involves everything if you are doing business. But if you have those, that gut believe in yourself that I can do it, you can always be successful in life.
See, that's wonderful. And I wanted to ask you, in your business, and you and I had spoken previously, about this, and that is, can you share with us, or even some experiences that you've seen, even with maybe a startup business owner, where it was something unexpected, unexpected that occurred? Because that's what I do. I help business owners. I actually do one-on-ones with them and consult with them about how to keep a business on track. Just like when when the COVID hit, and we not a lot of us. Some people close their doors. They shut the businesses down, and I actually speak with my customers, my clientele, helping them and keeping them, like you said, believing and knowing that they can still make it. And I help them to get different types of backup plans in place. But every situation you can't have a backup for. So I just want to talk to you about, in your experience, in your business, even in personal life, have you had a situation to occur like that where either there were times when you could put a backup in place, and there were times when you saw that you couldn't? Could you share with us?
Yes, I think this happened mostly during the COVID, because after COVID, most of the businesses shut down because they do not have any backup plan. And this happened with one of my client, actually, because they were getting clients more on, means the traditional way, like organizing events and everything. So after the COVID hit, most of the event centers and means people were not allowed to go out, so they
Mm-hmm.
completely relied on social media and digital marketing. So most of the businesses don't have idea about digital marketing, because they were going out having those events, talking with people. That was the most, means prominent way of having, means growing a business, like networking. So they hired a guy for the LinkedIn, and he didn't have much knowledge about. So he was using an AI tool to send those connection request on LinkedIn, and he didn't have any idea like how many requests to send on a day or in a month, because that time you could send, I think, more than 1,000 requests per month. So in that way, the client which contacted me later, her LinkedIn account was actually banned. Means she could not post anything and could not send for like 3 months. So after she contacted me, I helped her to grow her LinkedIn account, and she has a beautiful account now, right now. And these are some of the things that the businesses didn't know, the power of digital marketing. And now businesses are realizing it, and they contact me like how to optimize their account, how to gain that visibility, how to increase the impressions and target their audience. So that's the thing which I help them. And the thing is, most of the thing that I found in this business owners is that they never lose their hope, even in like they don't have any backup plan. So when I talk to them, I like have them a sense of belief that I can do it. So they trust me, and finally we achieve that goal which I have said before. So the main thing which I always helped is like they believe in me. Okay, so believing in a person is very important when you are doing business, because trust is everything. And even the businesses, when they have lost their hope that it cannot grow their account, or they cannot receive that particular goal which you have set, so I help them. So that's the way that's the story which I wanted to share.
See that's great. And let me ask you this: some of the businesses that you've worked with, if there were, and you already know, there will be, I don't know what it will be called, but we will face something else. Because there's been the Great Depression, and in Europe
Yes.
there was the Black Death. There will always be some type of unexpected, and that's why I really am taking this type of commitment in what I do today. So that because I really want all of us to get more mentally sound, grow that stamina that we need, be more adaptable when facing these type of challenges. And if you can have a contingency plan in place, please, you know, let's do that. And that's why I wanted to also tell everybody today that I was telling Sovic that weekly in 2024, I will be actually on a Tuesday. On Tuesdays, I'll be on YouTube, and I will be introducing stories about how ways that you can actually discomfort 500 discomforting type of stories. People who have felt discomfort, because with discomfort comes what? Success. We have to feel the discomfort of hard work, of staying focused, or being, staying on our purpose, on track. Because when you stay in the comfort zone too long, what happens? Nothing grows there, does it? Nothing grows in the comfort zone. So we've got to stay on track. And that's what Sovik and I have been talking about together. And we'd also like to even invite their startup businesses with a program that he and I are collaborating on together. We like to invite startup businesses to come and participate in. And we're asking sponsorships that business owners who, if you know a startup business owner, you know that they are in need of help. Please bring and introduce them, and talk with me and Sovic, and see how you can be a support system for these types of individuals. And not only will it help them, but it helps you to gain greater credibility as a business owner, because we're going to also do media awareness for businesses who do this for the sponsorships. So you're helping the community, and you're also winning yourself. So, but the great thing about all of this mostly is just to give. And that's why it's a pleasure today to have Sobek here with me, because I know he's working with startups, and all of us have started there. And it's funny, Sobek, that startup business. I was thinking about this last night when I was thinking about the discussion you're not having today. And that is, even as a person who's been in business, I've had business experience for about 20 years, but so like, I'm still having to turn over new new aspects of what I do in business. So I'm still a startup in so many new areas. I've got expertise in maybe a little bit over here in marketing, maybe and in sales, but I still need help in new areas. And so I would just like for all of you to stop and think today, what areas would you say that you are in need of, that it being a startup? And that's where Souvik could be a tremendous help. That this is what he does, ladies and gentlemen. He consults with startup businesses and businesses like myself, helping us. And I help businesses again on the other end with different plans. I help with contingency plans, how you can put something in place, maybe a backup of some type that helps if COVID or inflation or something comes your way. But like I said, the great thing again today is being able to have someone with expertise, like Silva, to be working with in the program that we're looking at doing right now, which is going to help startups with customer awareness, how to help with customers, how to create, as he just said, relationships. You cannot build a business without knowing how to create relationships. People can give you leads all over, they can give you leads all over the world. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta have the expertise of how to communicate. And so, I want to ask you though, because you mentioned relationships in this program on the relationship end. What do you think will be a really good way to really create great relationships for customers? For the individuals who become on board with us, the startups in the program. I wanted to ask you that.
I think we can start with the coaching calls. Okay, so what the most of the businesses they face each problem, but what we can learn is we can learn from other businesses as well. So when we are doing coaching calls, so we'll build a community where people can ask questions if they have. So it's not always mandatory that I or you will always give the answers. There may be some other business
Mhm.
owners, they can also help and put the effort and build a community. So it will help their businesses to grow because they are also having the advice from other 10 or 15 businesses. So
Mhm.
it will build a very healthy relationship among them, and they can also do businesses with them. So it's a very good opportunity for them to have a very big community of startups where they can interact and network among themselves and grow their business.
Very
So
good. Very excellent. Listen, guys, I wanted to just also tell you that what we're doing together, especially talking about the unexpected and uncertainty, I'm writing a book right now, and I just wanted to share with you and this is actually one of my stories. I wanted to share something very brief with you about how the unexpected can actually be turned around, especially if you welcome discomfort. Welcome and get up. If you have to get up in the morning, set your pace, get a schedule on board. That's what discomfort is. But if you do that, it helps with consistency toward leading you towards success. And in my story, one of my stories is that I was always looking to attend law school, and I was always an icon. My icon was Thurgood Marshall, and he had a Thurgood Marshall legal defense fund out, and he was giving away scholarships, and so I knew that they were limited, and so I applied. I decided I was going to apply, but let me tell you, let's say I applied. I had written out the application, but I hadn't mailed it in yet, so I hadn't done that yet, okay? Because that fear gets in the way sometimes. But as you said, stress is what when we don't take control, when we don't do the control, we don't do it ourselves. Take action over something that we can control. I could control at least submitting the application. So I went ahead, and this person who is the president of that foundation showed up in my city. That was unexpected. I never expected this to happen, right? She showed up, y'all, and did she was a keynote speaker downtown. I rushed to get that ticket. went downtown, listened to her, and there were like thousands of people up around the stage listening to her, right? To speak after the conference had ended. Anyway, I made my way up to the front of the stage, to the stage, and she had received a telephone call. So when she got the call, she went and answered it, came back to the front of the stage. And something to me inside of me said, "Speak up, Marlene. Speak up." And yeah, I was not a person that was a public speaker or anything at that particular time. But I said, "Hello." I said, "I'm Marlene." It was Hall at the time. "I'm Marlene Hall, and I'm actually in. I'm submitting an application to to your program, and I just wanted to tell you it's a pleasure meeting you." She said to me, "Marlene Hall, what makes you an asset to this program?" And I said, "I would be an asset because I know of all the challenges that Thurgood Marshall encountered throughout his career in law." And I said, "And I know what it's going to take for me in my community because I grew up in Chicago and I watched my neighborhood and I watched a lot of the things that occurred there and the people who were in need." And so I wanted to talk with her briefly about that. You know, people surrounding me at the time. And she said, "This is what I want you to do." She said, "Wait a minute." She went and got something out of her purse, came down from the stage, and came and stood in front of me and said, put it in my hand and said, "Okay, now I want you to go home right now, write out the reasons why you told me today that I should select you as one of the scholars." She said, "Go and do that right now and fax it to me." Now I have to ask you, do you think I was selected for one of those scholarships? What do you think, so?
I think you are selected.
I Man, I got it. I got the scholarship. Unexpected, as you said in your post. What did you say? You said unexpected comes, and because I saw in one of your posts, I thought this was great. You said sometimes what you're looking for comes when you're not looking at all.
Looking at
I
it.
did
Yes.
not expect this. I didn't expect to see this. And so I'm just saying to you, there'll be times also when unexpected things occur when you need to also have a plan in place. I didn't have a
Yes.
plan in place, guys. I just showed up. But there are times in business when a plan does help. There'll be times when you won't have a plan. What do? Emotional intelligence says to stand straight, be strong, be adaptable, and believe in yourself, as Sovic was saying, as he was telling us. And Sovic, I'm really happy that there have been times that you and I have actually spoken before on one of our previous spotlights, and you told me some challenges that you faced when starting business, and I was encouraged by you. You know, a youth, someone as young as you are, who still continue to move forward even after some of the challenges, because you've done business all over the world. You told me here in the United States. Where else did you start your business? And you're doing it now. What other countries are you conducting business?
I have clients on UK, Australia, okay, Taiwan, and India.
And let me say this to you, because we're actually almost at the end of the spotlight. But if you were going to give just leave one golden nugget right now for a startup business, for a business like myself, again, because I'm learning too. What would you say to us, about your background and what you're doing right now to help to visualize strong social media presence? What would you say to us that you could really do that could help us today, Sovic?
Yes, so what I actually help is personal branding. So most of the business owners, you are if you are building a company, right? So have someone like the CEO or the founder of the company come out and
Mm-hmm.
like help them like how they are building their company so they can document that journey of being successful. So I help them in building that personal brand. Let's say if you are building a shoe company, so don't just advertise your company on different social media. Also, the founder should come out and means do some YouTube video or come out in LinkedIn and speak about like how he's spending his day. how he's like tackling those challenges of building that great empire, right? So I help them to build their personal brand, which is very important because people do not connect with the company. People connect with another person. If I am talking on my LinkedIn post and sharing my feelings, a company cannot do. A company can only like sell their services or give a brief amount of information about a social event. But if a person shares his experiences, people connect with that. Like this happened with me also, right? So this person who have this amount of money or having a very big net worth also is a person like us. So people connect with the same. I will give an example like Elon Musk or Ratan Tata, right? Elon Musk have many number of companies. We only
Hmm.
know few, but we know the person, right? So if you build a personal brand, the greatest advantage is people know you, people know your worth, right? So if you are building another company, it will easily scale from 0 to 100 in one day if you already have that personal brand. So it
Wow.
Yes, because if you are having a company and people do not know the founder, so when you are building another business, it becomes very hard for them to again advertise and everything. So if you are like sharing your journey, like what has been your day, what are you doing, your morning routine, what books you are reading, right? How you are networking with people, you are connecting each and every moment of your life with your audience. So it will help the audience to know that he's a regular person like me and he's sharing his journey, so people will connect more with them. And your company, you will become a brand for your company and it will eventually grow. So I'll advise every business owner and startup owners to have that personal branding if you are building a company.
Hmm. Wow. See that's wonderful. In the program that you and I are will actually we're moving forward. We'll be doing together in 2024, and what we're doing right now is getting on board anyone because we'll be starting the first week of January. So we are, and we're starting small because we want, like as Sovic was saying to me the other day, we want this to be impactful. And
Yes.
it's not impactful if you start off with a thousand people in attendance. We're looking for just a small group. We're looking, we spoke the other day about 10,
Yes.
and with 10, we can start off small and we can help to enrich you because you'll actually be placed in groups with each one of us. So that means that we'll start off maybe the first week, 5 with me, 5 with Sovic, and then the next week we will, rotate the groups. And that way you get to have firsthand experience with us, our expertise. And then you see what Sovic was saying about how you get to brand yourselves, brand the business. And I will teach you about going out and getting those testimonials that you need to have set up. All of what I've done in business, you will get to see. And you'll get to see again firsthand and also with Sovic. So I'm just inviting you to reach out to us and come on board. And sponsorships, those businesses that would like to increase your brand because greater visibility with community service will definitely expand your credibility. It makes you more reputable. Don't you agree, Sovic? When you are out here displaying community, when you endorse a community, it does expand your
Yes,
brand.
sure.
It impacts it, doesn't it? It's impactful. And so just wanted to thank you for, actually coming and listening to us today. And take a look again at the attachment that you'll see here on the video, and you'll be able to. And if there's a startup business owner that you already know whom you'd like to endorse. We would love to meet them. And if you're just wanting to do this, you want uh, to sponsor and Sovic again, he knows he's the one who's in the air. He knows a lot of startup businesses. Okay, and he knows more than I do because that is what he does. That's his area of expertise. Okay, and again, and mine, is real. Is actually a customer. Because I help you with protection. I help businesses to protect themselves. So when we look at this, like I said, the COVID and the Black Death that occurred, all of you in Europe know what I'm talking about. And I don't know if any of you had heard of this in Boston, molasses flowed through a city, Sovic, and it was horrible. It burst out of it from a truck, totally unexpected, wasn't it? There were some people who died from it. So when I hear you about unexpected happenings, I'm telling you the truth. Can we guard against everything? No. But when they looked at it, they discovered that there was some things that could have been done that could have prevented that from occurring. So all I'm saying to you is this: take time and speak with someone like myself and Sovic and find out what are some of the options you do have. And then if there are times when there, like as some people saying, there are no options there still are options there. As he was saying, we still have to stay strong, and we still have to face adversity and know that we got it. But Sovic, thank you so much for being here today. And I want to thank you also for teaming with me on this program. I'm looking forward to it in 2024. And together, he and I are looking forward to making a difference, in a startup business. And so I just wanted to end right here and just ask if you had any the last thing that you'd like to say before we end here.
Yes, I want to say that Merry Christmas to everyone and Happy New Year. That's it.
Wonderful. And I like to say happy holidays. Thank you so much for joining us, and hoping to see you again coming to speak with us about the sponsorship. It's called the startup sponsorship. Looking forward to meeting you. Thank you and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.